Hello and welcome back, guys, to this week's quiz time with your host, Crazy Mad Scientist. As you know, we did another week with the topic of space, so that is what my quiz is going to be based on this week. If you didn't see my last video, how it works is that I will give you 5 questions and then you have 15 seconds to answer each question, and then at the end I will go through all the answers with you. So please do not worry if you don't know any of the answers to these questions, because at the end I'll go over them and then you'll learn something then and be able to take that away with you. Just give it your best shot, because as you know, us scientists, all we ever do is make very educated guesses and then we use the science to prove it. So just do your best, make an educated guess if you don't need it, and I wish you all the best. So without further ado, it is time for Mrs. Longcroft's quiz time. Okay guys, get your pencils and paper ready. Here we go. It's quiz time. Question number 1. What are the stars, including our sun, mainly made from? A. Lava or B. Gas? Halt! That is the end of question number 1. Your 15 seconds are up, guys. Don't worry if you didn't know it. Again, we're going to go through it at the end. So, without further ado, let's go on to question number 2. Question number 2. The largest volcano in the solar system is on which of these planets? Is it A, Earth, B, Mars, or C, Jupiter? Time starts now. Okay, time's up. Moving on to question number 3, guys. This one's a tricky one, but I just want you to get your thinking caps on and give it a go. What do you think that comets are mostly made from? What do you think comets are mostly made from? Ooh, that was mean. That was a bit of a tricky one, wasn't it, guys? Obviously, don't worry if you don't know the answer. It's all about just giving things a go. We've only got 2 more questions left, so if you're still joining in and taking part, then well done to you guys. Let's move on to question number 4. Question number 4. Take a look at this picture and tell me, between what 2 planets will you find the asteroid belt? Take another look at this picture and tell me, between what 2 planets will you find the asteroid belt? Last question now, guys. Moving on to question number 5. Why do astronauts need special suits to survive in space? Okay guys, stop! That is the end of today's quiz. Question number 5 is finished, time is up. Let's go through the answers together and see how you did. Remember, it doesn't matter if you don't get any of them right, at least you've learned something from this today and you can take that with you. So good luck to you all, and let's start with question number 1. Question number 1, I asked you what are stars and our sun made from? If you put gas, then you are correct. So stars mostly are made up from hydrogen and helium, which fuse together at the star's core to create lots of light, energy and heat. So the hotter the star, normally, the brighter it's going to be. So the hotter the stars, they're normally like a blue-white colour. And a cooler star, like our sun, burns at a more red-orange colour. So if you've got gas for number 1, give yourself a tick, a pat on the back, and well done to you. Moving on to question number 2. I asked you where in our what planet in our solar system holds the largest volcano. The correct answer for that is Mars. So on Mars, there is a huge shield volcano, which they've managed to see from pictures from satellites and stuff. A huge shield volcano is a bit more flat in shape, and it's called Olympus Mons. And it is 2 times the size of Mount Everest, which we have on Earth. So it is massive. So Mars holds the biggest volcano in our solar system. Number 3, I asked you, what do you think comets are made from mostly? Bit of a tricky one. I was hoping to get your brains going a little bit there. If you've got any of these answers, well done to you. Mostly, comets are made from ice and rock. You've got bigger objects like asteroids. They're pretty much made of the same thing, ice, rock, but they've got lots of metal in there as well. So for number 3, ice and rock are the main elements that make up a comet. Moving on to question number 4. What 2 planets, I asked you to look at the picture, what 2 planets would you find the asteroid belt between? So the asteroid belt is found between Mars and Jupiter. So why it's there, it's kind of all the leftovers from the early stages of our solar system. So all the planets have formed and gone into orbit, and all the bits that were left over kind of made up our asteroid belt, which sits in between Mars and Jupiter. We also have another belt which lies on the very outskirts of the solar system, and I believe that's called the Kuiper belt. But it is between Mars and Jupiter, so if you got that right, well done to you. Question number 5, our final question. I asked you, why do astronauts need suits to survive in space? There's a few reasons. One of them being that there is no air to breathe, so the suits kind of produce air for them. They've got tanks on the back so they can breathe in their oxygen to survive. But they also protect from extreme cold. It is absolutely freezing in space. Not only that, there is a lot of harmful radiation. So without those suits protecting them, they wouldn't be able to survive. The radiation comes from all sorts of things in space, mainly what our stars and other stars give off. They give off an extreme amount of radiation. We are lucky that the planet that we live on, Earth, it has an atmosphere, the ozone layer, which protects us from that horrible radiation. So yes, those 3 things are the main reasons why they need suits to survive in space. So well done guys for taking part. Again, please don't worry if you didn't know any of the questions. Hopefully you've learned something today. I'll be back not next week, 'cause it's half term. So you enjoy your half term, guys. And then the week after, I'll be doing another quiz based on the topic of that week. But until then, stay safe. I miss you all. Take care and bye-bye.